Hello and welcome, Pisces. So nice to see you again. I'm Nicolene, and today we're putting 3 cards for you from the fairy pack. This is a timeless reading and will mean different things to different people. Please remember to check out your sun, moon, and rising signs if you know them, and if not, not to worry. And also, if you're curious about any of the other signs, follow your instincts and watch that one too, because there's probably something in there that would be useful for you to know about right now. So without any further ado, let's see what important messages come up for you today. Your first card, Pisces, is the Fairy of the Sacred Stone. What a beautiful card she is, isn't that? Such lovely detail in that artwork. The Fairy of the Sacred Stone brings strength and steadfastness and loyalty forward. And these are all indicated by the way that she is standing so boldly there on top of it looks to me like a man in the sand. So really dominating her shadow, or the underworld, and the underworld being all of those suppressed parts of ourselves, the fears and the guilts and the shames and those kinds of things. Apologies. So the Fairy of the Sacred Stone talks very much about manifesting stability and laying a solid foundation. Of course, that's not sand, that is actual stone, which is solidified and consolidated sand. So she's taken all the little bits and she's made them whole into something, a far more solid foundation for her to stand on. So this fairy, as I was mentioning, is all about the stability and solid foundations, and knowing that the spirit must be allowed to dance lightly through life, singing the soul awake by expressing laughter and playfulness all the time, keeping her feet or their feet firmly on the ground. So making sure that not only are you grounded, but you are also connected into that highest vibration, which very much is a very playful vibration, because of course there's no stress or worries or concerns or anything like that in the higher vibrations, which makes it a lot easier to be more playful and act more innocently. So this fairy gently encourages us to let go of any resistance that's waiting around, or that waiting can actually create. And she also encourages us to cultivate a patient certainty that the door of opportunity will appear when the timing is right. So a lot of the times I feel we actually get a little bit anxious or impatient that things aren't working out quite the way that we want them to, as quickly as we want them to. And the Fairy of the Sacred Stone is saying, don't let your head get in your way. Just stand true to yourself. Timing is everything. Stand solid and stable, and allow the winds of change to blow around you. But remember to have fun as you are getting along with your daily, to-do list, and waiting for that those doors of opportunities to open, or those paths to appear, or the results to come through. So yeah, she's really just saying that sometimes just shifting your attitude will work magic in your life. So yeah, I think that is something that all of us can appreciate, And I mean, Pisces, you being the fish, which sometimes, you swim the depths of those emotions, and I would definitely say you need to balance those watery emotions with the strength of consolidating all of your fears, and then the only word that comes to mind really would be dominating them by, standing on them and allowing them to elevate you to a higher, more beneficial level, I would say. Yeah. Right, let's see what your second card is, because that one sounds and looks quite good to me. Oh, look, that lovely flower that she's extending in her hand there, that just indicates good things are coming. Another watery card for you, my fish people, swimming deep in those oceans. Together with the mermaids, this card really does, in your reading, certainly makes me think of mermaids. And mermaids are very much about the duality and enjoying the depths and nurturing of the ocean, but then also being able to have the breakthroughs and breathe, the air, and sit on the rocks as indicated in your first card, and just enjoy, take life in and enjoy it. So the Lady of Muras is actually the keeper of soul magic, if you didn't know. And maybe strangely enough, she does preside over autumn and all the change that it brings. But I suppose, the same way as the ocean changes and brings about change and transforms itself pretty much on an hourly basis, we can see how that would relate to the autumn season, where it's that in-between time, where the old is being assessed and the new is being planned and the processes are being developed. So that is very much what the Lady of Mirias energy is all about. She's also the mother of the turning wheel of the year, and she brings us comfort and nurturing and love. Even when we look on in despair as we see the changes in our lives taking place, forgetting that it simply precedes the rebirth, as that wheel, just the same as the seasons turn, and even in our lives, it's out with the old, in with the new. So, but sometimes we get stuck a little bit in those corridors of going, I've left the old and I haven't arrived at the new, and now I'm feeling a little bit anxious or not knowing exactly what's going to go. I need answers, or I need assurances or something along those lines. And this fairy just asks you to, just to relax a little bit with that, because it's all in process. She also asks you to look at your deepest sorrows and fears and confusions, and just to notice how they were, all of them, preluded, and any necessary positive changes that actually came into your life that might have been unapparent at the time of the change, where you were focusing on the negative, not realizing the negatives bringing in that positive change. And sometimes we, hindsight is 2020. We only see or recognize these things when we look back to go, oh my gosh, remember that time when? And then you go, yes, but look at all the great things that happened as a result of that. So this is really just talking about change and transformation. And to be honest, it just simply must occur, because it's all part of the manifestation process. We cannot manifest anything without the balance of trade. So trading in what is no longer as useful as it used to be for that which is now becoming more useful for the next phase of life that you're going into. So that is the energy and the magic and the gifts that the Lady of Mirias brings to you. And I hope that you can get some value out of this message. So let's have a look to see what your third card is and how this all ties together. Gosh, Pisces, you have three strong mother figures here. all of them very much with this water element. If you can see your third card, which is the fairy lady of Phineas. So this fairy brings your attention to your inner child. And when I laid her down next to the other two, I really got a strong feeling of, the maiden mother crone aspect. So this really does. I know that your middle card, the Lady of Muriel, spoke about the transformation and autumn and that kind of thing. And your first card, the fairy of the sacred stone, spoke very much about, standing true in yourself and standing firm in your beliefs and that kind of thing. But the Lady of Phineas is talking about the innocence that allows you to manifest into your life more than what your ego mind might think is possible. So she really does do everything that you can to bring your attention to your inner child, because it's that exact innocent part of yourself that asks for your help and asks for healing and support and protection. And as you would help any other child external to you, as you help your internal child in the same way, you'll find that your ability to be triggered, or your reactiveness, or the way that you deal with your life, or the way that you process your circumstances, all will change, sometimes very subtly, but no less powerfully. So this is this theme is very much about your inner child teaching you about the wisdom of simplicity and wonder and truth and playfulness, and really just accepting life without resistance, knowing that each day brings with it a different joy and exciting experiences, and that unpleasant experiences only last for as long as they're focused upon. Now, if you have ever been around a child, especially those very young children of about 2 to 3 years old, or even a bit younger than that, and you take them out into the garden and everything is a miracle. It's like, wow, grass, wow, flower, and they see absolutely everything as from a place of innocence, without overthinking it, without looking, the grass needs mowing, or we didn't pull out the weeds, or the neighbors tossed their things into our garden, or the line wasn't exactly straight, or whatever adult problems we tend to project into our experiences, the child simply doesn't have. So the enjoyment that the child gets is profoundly more than what the adult does, simply because they only experience, or they only focus on the experience of enjoyment. And this comes through very strongly for you with these cards, is to say, focus on the experience that you're living, but focus also on the innocence that will allow you to enjoy and take best advantage of and benefit from the experience the most. So I hope that I've made myself clear in my in my attempts to convey what it is that I'm feeling about these cards, Pisces. So yeah, I hope that this makes sense in some way in your own life. But please know, I've just noticed she's carrying a cluster of crystals. Yeah, something like that. It's a cluster of clear quartz crystals. So your clear quartz crystals, they are master healers. And clusters are very much about family or groups of people. So if she's bringing in the master healing energy for groups of people, see how that works into your life and your life experience, Pisces. That might be an important messenger. And as I say that, my eyes are drawn down there to the little lotuses that I hadn't noticed up until this point. And as we know, the lotus needs the mud. It works its way through the mud, through the water column, and then it pops out the top. So no mud, no lotus. So if you are in the mud stage, keep going. You'll get through the water stage, and you're very apt for the water, being a fish, and you'll pop out, your lotus bloom will pop out into the sun, where you can then enjoy your experience. Also, I'm just noticing there's the full moon there, so this is also just telling me very much about cycles, so you've also got this feeling of almost I don't know, what is that, a tunnel, like a wormhole. So this is very much about you going through the cycles, or that you're moving from one cycle into a next cycle. So yes, that seems quite exciting. Very nice, Pisces. Very, very nice indeed. So thank you very much for joining me here today. I hope that this adds value to your life in some way. And if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe and like. And if you want to drop a comment, I'd love to get to know you a little bit better. Let me know if this resonates with you in any way. And if you have any topics or suggestions for what we can do on this channel, I'm open to seeing what your suggestions are. So with that being said, that's me for today. So thank you very much. You take care, stay blessed, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.